Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Eckmann of Gold Derby here with Jane Lynch from Only Murders in the Building, and we have some tragedy this season, Jane, for our dear Saz.
Yeah,
How early did you know that she was on her way out? Did they give you a heads up ahead of time?
I did get a heads up. I think it was the last episode I did last season, which would have been toward the end of the season. And John Hoffman came on set and said, "How would you like to die?" And I said, "I would love to die," because you know that if you're the murder victim, your murder is going to be the mystery of the next season. So that means that I will be in flashbacks, and I actually am doing more than just flashbacks too. Some pretty interesting stuff that I get to do, especially with Steve Martin, who plays Charles. So I was thrilled to hear it. Of course, it means I'm dead and I won't be able to come back the season after, but that's okay. I'll get some real fun time in this season.
Yeah, a lot of juicy stuff. So no trying to change
Yeah.
anyone's mind of please save me, then I
No,
assume.
no. You don't even need to resurrect me. It's fine. I'm
Yeah.
having such a blast this season.
Oh, that's great. Well, I think one of the kind of joys of watching any Saz and Charles scene is the way you mirror Steve Martin's mannerisms and movement. What kind of process do you have with him? Do you ever surprise him with what you're doing, or do you work all that out with him ahead of time?
Oh, I just let him do what he does. We'll rehearse the scene, and if he's sitting like this, then I'll sit like that. I don't ever call attention to it. I want him to just play the scene, and I just kind of mark what he's doing, and I'll kind of mirror him back.
Have you ever made him break in the scene or cause it to go
No,
in a different direction than normal with
no,
that?
no. That has not happened.
I think the therapy, I'm thinking of the kind of therapy scene she has with him this season is very funny and very touching. What is the
Yeah.
best part of having him as a scene partner in this show?
He's so deep. He's funny, but he's playing this guy who's really kind of melancholy and kind of hangdog sad a lot of the time, is in contrast to Martin Short's character, who's up like this. And Saz, it kind of looks like she's a little insensitive to his feelings because she steals his girlfriends and stuff like that. She shows up unannounced. She dresses just like him, and these are things that would annoy somebody else, but they don't annoy Charles. And Charles and Saz actually have a beautiful relationship that we'll see more of in this season. More will be revealed about what they do for each other and how they're almost like brothers, if you will. There's a comrade in arms kind of a thing too. They do things for each other that, at one point, Charles is bemoaning that he doesn't know how he'll go on without his best friend. And so we learn a lot about their relationship, and so it's a real joy to work with him. He calls it hitting the tennis ball back and forth, and yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, is this a kind of project where there is like room for improv or playing around, or are you playing that very strictly to the
No,
script?
yeah, it's written really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also you got a brief moment with Andrea Martin as well
Yes.
in one scene, and there's something about the two of you. I know it was only brief, but there's something about the two of you together that just seems like they would be great in like starring in a movie together.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
you have kind of a similar energy. Did you see that on set?
Yes. She's great. And we were supposed to we have a real long connection. We knew each other, our characters knew each other back in the 80s and early 90s. And it was just immediately there. I love her. I think she's great. I'm a big fan. And also I'd love to do more with her. I do think we had a little electricity between us. I think we did the old back and forth pretty well.
Yeah. Well, let's put it into the universe then. Something good for the two of you coming down the
Yes.
pike. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Something I've always noticed about I think your scenes as Saz is when she enters the room, it's like the energy suddenly changes in the scene in the room. Is that a goal of yours? What is kind of your mindset as you come into a scene on this show?
Well, I don't think I'm making it up. I think it's in the script too, but it's very much when she walks into the room, it's almost like Kramer. No, Seinfeld, when she walks in, whatever was going on ceases. And usually, I mean, every time she enters a room, everyone goes, "So," Saz, they're usually very happy to see her. She's one of those people that lifts a room, which is in contrast to Charles, which kind of brings everybody down. But even he gets excited to see her. So she's one of those really confident people. She knows when she walks into a room, she's going to get love and she's going to give it back. So yeah, it's a joy to kind of make those entrances.
Yes, must feel pretty good, I think, to get all the love.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
well, the season, we have a massive cliffhanger going into season 4. We're very excited for that. Did you, I know you said you got the notice that you were going to be killed. Did they tell you any of the mystery for season 4 then, or did you have to
At
wait
that point,
until? Yes.
no, yeah, I don't think they knew it at that point either. But I think, or maybe they did. I think
Mm.
John Hoffman is the creator and head writer, and I think they do reverse engineer it. I think, or sometimes he said too that it kind of writes it shows him where it's going. But because it's a mystery, it goes all over the place. But he's kind of given me I can't tell you, of course, the intricacies of how one rabbit hole is followed and then you have to get out of that in order to pursue another one. Like any good mystery, it'll lead you down paths that you feel very confident about, and then of course you find out it leads to nowhere and you have to come back and start all over again. So that's what they're masters at.
Yeah. Well, if we're, I guess you're not going away yet because you have the other season, but if we're going to eulogize Saz since she's dearly departed, is
Yeah.
there a favorite memory from these past 3 seasons where you thought, oh, this is really a great character for me?
Yeah, I did. I mean, and it's in this season. There are some scenes um, with Steve, Charles, and where we you just find out the depth of the relationship and how much they
Mm.
mean to each other, and what a loss it is to lose Saz. What a loss it is for Charles. Um, yeah, it really some really touching stuff.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait. I also I know Eugene Levy, who you have a long history with
Yeah,
through films, is in season 4. Did you get
yeah.
to, I mean, I don't want you to spoil anything, but did you get to see him on set or anything? What was
I
that?
didn't. No,
Oh
completely
no.
different storyline. Yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll hope for another reunion maybe in real life then. But
Yeah, that would be great. I
uh
love those Canadians. I love those SCTV people. Great.
yes.
Eugene, Andrea. Oh, so good. Catherine. Yeah.
Yes, they're amazing.
Mhm.
Um uh you play a lot of you have amassed a lot of guest roles like this in your belt. And when you come onto a show like this in a character, you're not there every day with this cast. So what is your process like? How do you integrate yourself with the team and the cast for that shoot to say, okay, here I am, we're gonna have a great time?
Oh, I don't think you have to do anything. You just show up prepared. It's not like I show up like Sack and go, Jane Lynch is here. And the energy of the room changes. No, you kind of just slide yourself in, and it's their playground, it's their place, and you're a guest, and and they're always so welcoming, and in every instance where I'm a guest, I don't think I've encountered once when I didn't feel you know welcomed. So yeah, you just kind of hear it's their bat and their ball, and you get to play one day.
Mhm. And you have, if you look back at your career, you have amassed such variety, I think, in the things that you do between, guest roles in shows like this, series regulars like Glee, you've hosted a game show, uh, you've done a lot of different types of things, voiceovers and narration. Is that
Mhm.
kind of variety? Do you have like a hunger for that kind of variety? And what does it, add to you as a creative person?
I love doing a lot of stuff. It's not like consciously sought it out, but I mean, I like doing a bunch of different things. Um, I love doing voiceover. I do a lot of animation now, and I just adore it. And yeah, I like to stay busy. I don't like to sit around too much. And I still kind of feel like I sit around too much. I'd like to do more. And then in a way, I'm not don't have that white hot ambition I used to have as a younger person. So yeah, I guess I get the perfect amount.
Hmm. And with that, you said you have a lot of animation. Do you find that specifically focusing on your voice that way, are there things that you discover in that work that you've carried over into live action work?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that I don't think I can separate them. I
Mm.
think I'm sure that they influence each other, and you know, yeah. I don't know. I don't think too much about those things, and I think if I thought about those things, I wouldn't be any good at them. Yeah.
Well, in that variety, you have a great history at the Emmys. You picked up a few awards there and have been nominated many times. Do you have a favorite memory from an Emmy ceremony?
Oh, good question. You know what? I met Glenn Close at the
Mm.
first Emmys I went to, and she had just done. It was the first season of Damages. Do you remember Damages?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, and I said in an interview somewhere that I thought that Sue Sylvester was kind of a comic character version of Patty Houston, which I think is the character. And so she came up to me and said, "I read that you say very nice things about my character," and I was just so thrilled to meet her. So that was a big
That's
moment.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're all greatly looking forward to this season four whenever it is coming our way.
Yeah.
With no spoilers, just before we have to let you go, what are, sort of three words to tease us to get us excited for Saz's
Mm,
journey here?
mm. For this next season, um, stunt person subculture. That's all I'm going to say. Subculture, the whole thing.
That already has my mind going in many great directions, so I can't wait to
Yeah.
see how that unfolds. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jane, so much. It's a pleasure to
Oh,
talk
thank
to
you.
you, and we
Pleasure
can't
to
wait to
talk
see
to
where
you too.
Jazz goes next.
Thank you.